What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Nikki. If you're new, this is Life with Nick. If you are returning, thank you so much for returning and supporting your girl. As you guys see in the title below, I am here to bring some sunshine to Atlanta and talk about the things that I love. I feel like I'm always talking about the negative things, like the roaches, the traffic and all the bad things, and y'all be eating me up in my comments, which I feel, you know what I mean? Sometimes you got to be a little bit more positive than that. So that's what I'm here to do today. But before we get into anything, if you guys have yet to do so, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, as well as turn on that notification bell so that you all are notified for when I post, as well as check out some of my other videos if you guys are interested in that. So let's go ahead and get right into it, okay? So like I said, I do have a list of things here of the things that I love about living in Atlanta. I have lived here for almost 4 years now, which is a very long time. So I've seen it all. I've seen it all. I've done it all. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So number one on the list is the amount of things that there is to do. That is my number one thing that I love about living in Atlanta. You are not going to get bored here, guys. And that means if you are someone who loves to eat, if you are someone who loves to hike, if you are someone who loves to shop, it does not matter what it is that you love to do. There's a little bit of everything here for someone in Atlanta. So my favorite thing to do is eat. The amount of restaurants in Atlanta is incredible. It does not matter if you like Italian, if you like Mexican, if you like soul food or seafood. There's an option for everything to satisfy your taste buds. And what comes with that and what I love is that you do not have to spend that much money. You can go to a restaurant and you can spend $15 on a meal, or you can go to a restaurant and spend $100 on a meal. It does not matter what it is. Another thing is the retail. There's plenty of malls. We have Perimeter. We have Lenox, which I stay away from, but that is an option. There's hiking trails such as Stone Mountain Park, Piedmont Park. And then another thing that I love about it is the fact that there is always concerts here. Like when I lived in Ohio, which I love Ohio, I would never talk down on Ohio. That's my hood. That's my hood. But when I lived in Ohio, it was kind of rare for like artists and stuff like that to come to perform in Ohio, versus in Atlanta, there's always the different concerts here with popping artists, which I love. There's always festivals, and if you are not a homebody, you love being out, this is the perfect spot for you to be. And I've done things solo. I know at some point I was so scared to like go out and do stuff on my own, but it's a place where I feel like people are always doing things solo. So you will see other people doing things solo. It kind of motivates you to do things solo as well. So that's been something that I've enjoyed a lot. It's just always having something to do. I feel like if that was not one of those things, I probably wouldn't even be here that long, y'all, because I'm definitely not a homebody. So me being able to get up, put on a cute outfit, and just go out and be free, live my young best life, and just find something to do in Atlanta is my favorite thing about living here. You're just never bored. It's always some kind of entertainment. So number two on the list is the people / diversity. This is probably the most diverse place that I've ever been to / visited in my entire life. And what I'll say with that is the amount of plazas. If you've ever been here, the amount of different plazas that there are. So you'll see that there are Chinese plazas, there's Spanish plazas, there's African American plazas. There's plazas for pretty much every culture. And I feel like with that, it's so sweet, just because a lot of people move from other countries. I'm from a different state, but a lot of people move from other countries to Atlanta. And I feel like having those plazas and having those different stores, it kind of makes people feel more comfortable and more at ease to know that there's something here for them. Another thing that I know with the diversity is me. I work with a lot of Hispanics, and they've taught me so many things as far as like different words in Spanish, different things on how to view different foods. And I feel like that kind of opens your horizon to be around diversity, to be around people that look different than you, that speak different languages than you. It teaches you different things, and it honestly just makes you want to visit those places too. Like, I want to go to Guatemala. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that seems lit. So I think that has been one of my favorite things. It's just the diversity. I feel like it makes you feel comfortable being here. Like, you're comfortable no matter what color your skin is. And like I said, you learn a lot of things and you eat a lot of food too. Let's take it back there again. So the food, you know, they have Jamaican restaurants, they have Hispanic restaurants, they have soul food restaurants, they have all kinds of restaurants. And I feel like that's kind of opened my taste buds too, because back when I was in Ohio growing up, no shade to my mama, shout out to my mama, I ate a lot of the same foods, versus when I moved down here, I started eating a lot of things such as oxtails, goat, you know what I mean, peas and rice. There's a lot of different foods that I've tried. And I feel like when I do have my kids eventually, who knows when that will be, when I do eventually have my kids, I'll be able to, you know, show them the things that I've learned so that they can be more diverse. Or I'll teach that to my nephews so that they can have more diversity when they are older as well. So the diversity is definitely top 2 for me on that list of things that I love about living here. So number 3 on the list is the options on places to live. Y'all, this is so important. I hear people say this all the time. People who live in different states, is that they don't have a lot of options finding an apartment or finding a home. And that's something that I experienced. I went to school in Akron, Ohio. If you know Akron, Ohio is really small. And with small cities like that, there's not that many options as far as places to live, as far as finding an apartment. But living down here, you can find pretty much anything you want. If you want comfort and classy, you can find comfort and classy. If you want something in the city and you want something that is small, you can find that too. It does not matter what you want, you can find it. And I feel like the reason why that is because there's so many like suburbs on the outskirts of Atlanta. So, you know, you can move in that area if you want to move downtown. There's just something for everyone. And then because Atlanta is also so popular, there's so many different apartments opening to bring business, obviously, down here. There's so many different new apartments. So we have like the nice floors, the nice stainless steel appliances. It just gives classy. So that's been my favorite thing. I feel like it's just a dream to be able to just look online and be like, I want to find an apartment. And then you can find pretty much whatever you want within that apartment. It just gives, okay? So the options on places to live has definitely been just extravagant for me. Number 4 on the list is the amount of influencers that are here. That has been super important to me. I used to always say, I was just so head A. I used to always say, I don't want to be an influencer, but I've grown to accept the fact that I do want to be an influencer, y'all. I would not be on YouTube if I did not want to be an influencer. And living in Atlanta is so inspiring because you see so many influencers here. I'll be at Walmart, I'll be at breakfast or brunch, and I'll see people on their vlogging cameras. And that makes me, you know, fit in almost, like make me feel like I'm not the only one who wants to do this, or I'm not the only one that can do this, you know, or, you know, it's inspiring for me to see people who may have like hundreds of thousands of subscribers that live here and who have made it. And that inspires me to be like, I'll be able to be there someday. So that's been extremely inspiring, just seeing all these young people within this generation just making it to become an influencer, because not everybody believes in that 9-to-5 lifestyle. Not everybody wants that for themselves. So seeing that is honestly really inspiring to me, and it inspires me daily to just, you know, see all these young people get into the bag, basically get into the check. Okay, so number 5, last but not least on the list, is it's not too far from home. I am from Ohio. That's about an 11-hour drive, about an hour and a half flight. And I know that may sound like a lot to people, but some people, like I have this friend that I went to college with, she literally lives in Japan. She's from Ohio and she lives in Japan. That's literally hundreds and thousands of miles away. So much money that you have to save for flights versus I live in Atlanta. You know, the flights right now are like $75 for a round trip. And to me, that's not bad. Me being able to drive 11 hours also is not bad to see my family. I'm still able to go home during the holidays. And I feel like Georgia is just one of those places, no matter where you're moving from in the country, I feel like it's close. I feel like it's kind of close to everything compared, I mean, except for the West, obviously, but you know, it's kind of close. It's not too far from home. And then I feel like a lot of people, most people that I found have family that live here. And it may not be their first cousin. It may be a great aunt or something like that. But it's very common for you to find somebody who has some bit of family here in Georgia, which I feel like is so important. That's one of the main reasons why I moved here, because my dad lives here. So having that peace of home is super important, and I feel like that's something that you find a lot. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment below some other videos you guys would like to see me do, as well as give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you guys have yet to do so. Turn on that notification bell, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.